when you were mentioning some of these symptoms, it made me think about my husband.
Yeah.
What should he know about menopause?
Wow. He first, he needs to know about menopause. And I think for them, like, we are uncomfortable talking about it, right? But we're talking about it. They're even more uncomfortable talking about it, especially if you're coming from a cultural background like ourselves, right? They're like, please don't talk to us about periods. It's like, no, we're good. Thank you so much. We don't want to hear about it. We don't want to know about it, but they do need to know about it. They do need to know about it because we are seeing, and the data is showing, that couples are going through marital crises in these perimenopause years.
Wow. Because
women are changing. They're actually calling it meno divorce. They've given it a label. But if you look back, to members in the community or just in general, when couples hit this stage of life, something happens, right? Breakdown in communication. If a woman doesn't understand what she's going through, how is she going to communicate it to him? He has completely no idea what's going on. So he's thinking, where did my wife go?
She's gone crazy.
She's gone crazy. Or she's not the same person. Or how come she's getting irritated at something that I've done multiple times and she's never said anything, right? I'm telling you, that light switch that goes off in your 40s, not only is it like, okay, I'm going to be my authentic self, but I'm also not going to put up with stuff that I've been putting up with, right? So this change is happening that he doesn't understand.
And throw in the male midlife crisis.
Oh yeah, that's a complete mess. It's a complete mess. And then no communication. I mean, recipe for disaster, right? So yeah, they do need to know about it. We encourage men to download the app as well. Just read and see how much of a profound impact this change in hormones has on your wife's mental health, on her emotional well-being, on her physical health. She's going through a lot, and it's not something that's like, okay, 6 months and she's going to be out of it. This is it, buddy. Like, you're in perimenopause. Menopause is basically one day, really. It's the one day after 365 days of no period. And then you're in postmenopause where symptoms still continue. This is life now. How are you going to support your wife? Well, they can't support if they don't know. And they can't support if they're not comfortable. Maybe, okay, I think having a conversation is a bit of a reach right now, but at least educate yourself that this is kind of out of her control, right? She's irritable. She's not sleeping. She's also not understanding. So she feels like she's going crazy. It doesn't help when other people gaslight her and say, well, maybe you were crazy.
I mean, I think it helps if you can separate the two, that she's not going crazy. Yeah. Something is happening to her and she can't help being who she is right now. And the best thing I can do is support her in this journey rather than, what's your problem?
What's your problem? What's your problem? And I think it's a two-step, right? You have women who are not understanding or not admitting or not connecting the dots. So their spouse 100% isn't going to, right? Mm-hmm. Then it's having a conversation with your spouse to be like, hey, I think I'm going through my midlife crisis, and this is how I'm feeling. It's that communication is key. And I think a lot of couples don't have that communication base or foundation to begin with. So midlife can really throw them for a loop. And we are seeing couples just fall apart. So is it important? I think it's the most important thing to be having a conversation with your spouse about what's going on and communicate. How can you support me? Because they're not going to figure it out. And Google's not going to help them, right? You need to also be part of the solution. Be like, listen, this is how I need you to support me. Or I'm really resource low today. You're parenting today, right? Have those conversations so that he can help you. He's not going to figure it out on his own.
I guess you have to be together. You have to be aligned. You have to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Because essentially you're not fighting with each other.
No.
You're experiencing something that's beyond your control. You don't understand it. You're struggling to navigate it and manage it. And the best thing they can do is just support you in your journey.
Yeah. And I don't think they realize, I mean, let's be fair. I don't think they realize how big of an impact it has on our day to day. I think they just think one day, here was my wife, and the next day, what happened to her? They're not understanding that transition. So it's honestly just education.
I agree.